trying to see the comment. I didn't want to take another screenshot, laptop. Stop doing your own thing here. Maybe I can look on this. Such a Atlanta. This technology. I was changing which camera I was looking at.
Me too. Because we got dual setups here, so it's kind of
dual setups again.
Yeah.
It's only the second time we've done this with the Instagrams and the Facebooks. And
yeah, so if you got any friends who aren't on Facebook, say, oh, you can watch them on Instagram. If you got any friends that aren't on Instagram, say, oh, go watch them on Facebook. There's no excuse now. There's no excuse at all.
No. None.
And this is a very special episode. It's episode 50. I can't even believe we've hit this tremendous milestone. And we've only done a Q&A one other time, and it's actually kind of like a lost episode. You can't really find it because we went live and we did the Q&A, but then
somewhere in the archives
it didn't post, so I wasn't able to save it at all. So it's quite unfortunate about that.
It is. It be like that sometimes, they say. I'm trying to find a nice, healthy balance here.
Can you guys hear me all right? Is there any noise?
I hear real goodly.
Okay, good. So, definitely be open to sending in any more questions throughout. We have a good amount that we can go through if there aren't some questions, but don't be afraid to use the little thing or just comment it and we will address it. But we do have our birthdays. As
Jonathan said he hears you fine on Facebook.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jonathan. Whose birthday is it today, Mike?
It's throwing me off here. We got 4 good birthdays here. We got a personal each, which I think is pretty nifty, and then the celebs, of course. So shout out to Tristan Thompson, not Thomas. Tristan Thompson. I was saying Tristan Thomas in preparation for this video. Tristan Thompson. There's a P in there.
Tristan Thompson, we're like NBA champion, winning center with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now he's playing center for the Celtics. And so as Kanye West, and that's what Mike just showed right there. There's some expletives here that I'm gonna throw in with little beeps here of Kanye lyrics about Tristan Thompson. All these bleeps on Christian Mingle almost what got Tristan single. If you don't ball like him or Kobe, guarantee that bleep gonna leave you. If you don't ball like him or Kobe, there it is. What's up, Jacob?
I don't know if I would put Tristan Thompson and Kobe in the same.
I know. I think it's so weird because Kobe's really good and Tristan Thompson's like not that good.
Not. That's a weird shout. That's a weird shout for.
But I want to share it.
Good for him.
What do we think? I'm gonna go with Tristan.
It's got to be Tristan Kanye if he's getting.
Well, Tristan Kanye, no.
No, it's definitely not.
Tristan Alexander Thompson. Ooh, I feel so good about that one, actually.
Tristan Thomas Thompson.
Oh,
I'm going Tristan Michael.
You were just saying his.
I'm wearing my merch right now.
Oh.
Hey, Carly. If you want to be like
drinks under here.
Get the merch. Check out the link in the description, in the bio, in the beginning of the middle of the end of our profiles.
And then use code NISTOSHIPS for free shipping.
Yeah.
So, neither of us were right. You were closer, I guess. He's got 2 middle names. Trevor James Thompson.
How is Michael close?
Oh, I thought you said Thomas.
No, I changed up on it.
Wow.
I didn't think he would actually be Tristan Thomas Thompson.
Well, happy 30th birthday to Tristan Thompson,
anyways.
and then
only 30.
Only 30. former Mets pitcher, former Twins pitcher, Johan Santana, obviously the only no-hitter in Mets history, multiple times Cy Young. I know, asterisk, big
I guess I'll
asterisk.
do it with this hand because you can see it better.
If there was replay,
Yeah, it would have been a different story.
Mets still wouldn't have one. But I'm going to go out on a limb right here. This is like off the record. DeGrom's throwing a no-hitter this year. I'm calling it right now. DeGrom is throwing a no-hitter this year.
Come back to
good.
this pod.
He's too good.
50.
He would not have had one. And I think
kind of agree.
Right?
I agree.
Like he's gonna the Pirates one night.
I think maybe the Pirates is who you're guessing.
Okay.
I think he could. I think he could even throw a perfect game if his, defense wasn't. I don't know. The defense has improved.
Yeah, Lindor back there. Who knows? But we're talking about Johan Santana here, obviously.
Johan Estevez. No.
Ooh, Estevez. Ooh.
No, definitely not. I'm gonna go real guess. Johan Emmanuel.
I'm gonna go Johan Ramon Santana.
Can't believe someone threw something at the window.
No! No!
Hey, out there, cut it out.
No, Mike.
Nope.
My guess from Tristan Thompson was correct for Johan Santana. It's Johan Alexander Santana.
What? Johan? Two last names. Unbelievable.
Alexander. Holy. Wow. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with Mike there, but we are also going to give a happy birthday shout out to my personal friend who's been a guest on the pod a few episodes back, Jay Dial, putting his full governmental out there, and I know his middle name, so we can't even play the game.
And my personal was my good friend Melissa, who I used to work with at Storybook Kids.
Oh,
shout
nice.
out to Melissa.
Happy birthday. By the way, Jay turned the big 21. That's a big birthday right there.
I hope there's no kids watching right now. I hope Jay's family and parents aren't watching right now. I think I'll give you enough time to turn this off. It's been enough time. Now I'm going to say the bad word. Jay's getting fucked up.
Yeah, Jay's getting wasted, I'm sure.
You can invite the parents and the kids back into the room.
All right. What happened on this day, though, Mike?
Dude, on this day, we only got one for this week, but it's so good. As one. I hate my complexion. On the Facebook, on the Zoom, I look so pasty, but then on the Instagram, you can actually tell that the wall behind me is yellow. And
it's the iPhone camera versus the laptop camera.
You dig? On this day in, hold please, 1992, older than me, my cousin Vinny released. My cousin Vinny. One of the best movies ever. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever.
In a word, it's a classic.
In a word, it's good.
If you haven't seen My Cousin Vinny, I don't know what you're doing. But
if you haven't, turn this off right now and go watch it. I'll take the L. Go watch it.
Yeah, you can just watch the rest of the podcast.
Boy, Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
How's it going? Obviously, there's also just so many great moments in My Cousin Vinny. Just an absolute. And Mike has talked about Joe Pesci a lot and making movies. Check out last week's Making Movies #3 if you haven't. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, and other stuff.
Marissa Tomei in there.
What happened?
I'm gonna have to put Marissa Tomei in there one of these movies.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
that's a good call.
She is a babe. I'm throwing that out there,
big time. Most movie I saw her in was King of Staten Island.
Oh, that's with what's his name?
Davidson.
Yeah, That's the guy.
She's in that. She's still good looking.
Doesn't surprise me. Her and Jessica Alba. And Jennifer Aniston.
And
uh-oh.
who's in your making movies last week?
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, her too.
Love her. I think she even had breast cancer, like many years ago.
Very
Yeah.
sad. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Dude, she's obviously okay now. I was there for her, you know.
Very nice of you.
And she had her, she had a, you know, support from Annie, her French bulldog. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm sipping on a Bang, of course.
Yep.
Still not sponsored. You know, I almost cussed, and it's a little more vocal on these lives. So fuck it. What are you doing, Bang? Quit playing.
Don't understand it. Don't understand it at all. But I was gonna say this week on Nisto Drinks was actually 2 weeks ago.
It's a throwback. It was like a little Inception.
It was very Inception. I don't know what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
very Inception-like.
But I don't know what you're saying.
In my head, because I recorded one and then I recorded one 2 weeks out in the same day. So it was getting all weird in my head. But I was sipping on bubble tea smoothie. Have you ever, or shake, have you ever had a bubble tea? No, smoothie. Have you had bubble tea at all, Mike?
I actually have. I think I commented on it. And I actually went to Bamboo with Lindsay for a very early episode of Nisto Eats. And I also got some form of bubble tea. I don't remember what it was.
I vaguely remember that, actually.
Yeah, it was very in the beginning. I don't remember what I got, but I do remember it. I do remember it being a little confusing.
Yes. I thought your comment was about the suit. And then I was like, that's not the episode you wore a suit in.
Not the suit.
Oh, okay.
It was also nice.
Yes.
I wore a suit with the first full episode on YouTube, which was with Papa Dank and you.
And me.
At La Bistro.
Yes.
That was episode like 7.
Yeah. Shrimp scampi. That's what you got.
That shrimp scampi slice was to die for.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't really remember it too well now because it was so long ago that I drank this. It wasn't just like 3 days ago. But I will say, when I was rewatching it, I think that like something I definitely did remember very well was that it was very, very sweet. Which, like, in a way is good, but it can definitely be overbearing. And definitely when you're expecting a little bit more of a different flavor than just, like, pounding you with sweetness, then that's kind of where it lost some points there, even though I did enjoy it very, very thoroughly. The texture was good. The bubbles, there was a lot of them. It was a good time.
I mean, that's good. As long as you enjoyed it, you know, ultimately at the end.
But
what it comes down to.
What I was kind of asking, though, did you like the bubble tea or no?
I think I did. I kind of wish that the bubbles actually had some kind of flavor to them, and they weren't just like a freaking choking hazard.
Yeah.
It's just like comes through the straw and then, you know, it's like
big time. That thick straw. Yeah.
I think I just made myself a meme too because I did that. And I don't want to do it again. Someone's gonna like crop that, and I'm gonna become like a GIF or something. But
yeah, can't be having that.
No, can't have that. But yeah, that was the only time I think I've had some form of bubble tea with the boba.
Yes, boba, as the people call it.
Yeah, as the peeps call it.
And you had you went for a threefer kinda.
I did go for threefers. I did the Taco Bell breakfast trio.
Yeah.
And overall, pretty decent. You know, in the episode, I tried 3 things. Only one got a passing score, but the other 2 weren't far off.
Very close.
They were very, very close. And I I would get it again, I guess, but it's not like, oh my God, Taco Bell breakfast, gotta have it.
Right.
Probably not something I would even ever crave. So it was just there. It was okay. I honestly expected worse. I've heard mixed about it. Like I've heard both extremes, and believe it or not, it was like right in the middle. I thought it was great. Not great, good. Because like I've heard, oh, it's great, it's amazing. I don't know if I've heard amazing, but then I've also heard it's Garbo. I don't think it's Garbo, but
yeah, that's understandable. And I think
the inconsistency.
I actually, Mike, I don't. If you guys have not seen it, he put I guess a challenge, not really, but like something out to the viewer who said, oh, add them all up and divide and see, what the actual average is.
Sure, you did it.
I did it, and it was just below passing overall, I will say.
And maybe I take it back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But then you gave an overall score of just, kind of how you felt overall. And, I feel like that warrants some weight as well as just like your overall feeling towards it in general. And I will say, I think I've only had the crunch wrap. I think I only got that once. And like you said at the end, it kind of was like in a rush type thing. But I
weird how the hash brown wasn't crunchy in that one, but in the burrito it was. That's what I meant by like the inconsistency. It's like if the hash brown was like on point in the crunch wrap, easily would have gotten the passing score because I really did like the crunch in the hash brown.
Right. And there's two things I kind of want to add to that. One, which I think is what you're alluding to, like the flavor of it was like pretty good overall. Like I thought so, of the crunch wrap, but like, what's the name of it? A crunch wrap. And when I had it, I remember I was just like,
no,
I got eggs. I'm tasting eggs and cheese. It's not bad. There's a little different sauce in there. That was good. And that's what I'm getting. Not crunch for sure. But imagine if they actually had some like crispy bacon and a nice hash brown, that'd be crunchy. And then you get tortilla. That sounds real good.
It would have been elite. It would have been elite.
I'm gonna make that for
do it
down the line in the future. I'm gonna make my own breakfast crunch wrap, and it's gonna be crunchy and it's gonna be delicious.
I'm gonna have to try.
Yeah, big time.
Also, Dad says happy 50th episode.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks, Pops.
So,
let's dive into some of these questions, eh?
That's what I was just gonna say. I think we should. It's time. I think it's time that we dive into some of these questions. And actually, I'm gonna bring up my first one. Is that okay? That I said on last week's episode. Again, if you haven't seen it, that I wanted to bring up.
Before we dive into these, you guys are more than welcome on the Instagram and on the Facebook. Any questions you guys have, send them in. Put them in the comments. We're going to read them. You guys are the first priorities. We're going to answer those first.
Yes.
You dig?
Oh, I dig.
Oh, I dig.
Mike,
so do that. Go ahead.
What animal do you think you could beat in a fight?
What animal do I think I could beat in a fight?
Yes, like a straight up fight for survival. If you were if a dog came up to you, I'm not saying just a dog, but in style. It's not like a domesticated thing.
Okay, so the first thing I thought of was, do insects count? Because I know I could take on an ant.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I've killed many ants in my day.
There you go. An ant.
So what's like the biggest one, though?
Okay, see, now that's a better question.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if it really came down to it, like I don't want this to ever happen.
Right.
But
right.
Like, if I'm getting attacked by a dog, I think I can take the dog.
Really?
Depends on the dog.
I think it depends on the dog big time. Obviously, if it's like a 15-pound Chihuahua or something like,
Chihuahuas are vicious. They're dicks.
I know, but I could probably kick it a pretty far while. I could probably kick it a pretty far while.
Yeah. Well, you're kicking a Chihuahua a lot further than you're kicking a Rottweiler.
Oh, big time. I honestly don't think though if it's like a Doberman or like a big dog, I don't. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
If it's a Chihuahua, yeah.
So like, what do you think about a cat though?
Well, like a house cat, yeah, I'll F up a house cat.
Okay.
But like,
I don't
if
know.
we're talking
I actually don't know how I feel
lions,
about
tigers, and bears on mine, then I don't think so.
I don't know how I feel about my chances against a cat, to be honest.
Cats are vicious.
I know. I feel like
Not
I feel like
trained
they can
nicely
blind.
cats.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Cats can be dicks.
Yeah.
There is a documentary I don't want to watch on Netflix. Don't F with Cats.
Yes, I do remember seeing that.
I've heard it's pretty gruesome. I don't want to watch it.
Yes.
Dad put in the comment on Facebook, what was your worst drink/meal?
Wow. Ever?
I guess so, ever.
Or like that we did on an
I
episode.
don't know. I'm trying to think, like, see, it wasn't a meal,
Okay.
but it was back. This is like way back, like grade school.
Yeah.
It was around the holidays. We were making a gingerbread house, and I'm going to go out and say it. I made the best gingerbread house in the damn school. The whole school, not just the class, the whole school. Fire! Like, this was fire.
Okay.
And it was just about done. I think I was going to get like one more little touch up, little gummy bear maybe or something like that. And I came back, and I did the thing. I went to go eat it, and I don't know who's watching. I don't know about the swearing. It's alive, so I'm going to push the envelope here, and I'm going to call this person. I don't know who it was, because if I found out, we would still have beef. Third grade Nisto has beef with whoever this was. Okay?
Okay.
I'm saying it. It's been long enough build up that I think the kids should be out of the room. Some fuck shit put coconut on my gingerbread house. And I don't like coconut. I didn't realize it was on there. So I started eating it, and I'm going to Pound Town on my oh man, I'm already in too deep. On the gingerbread house, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And it's coconut. I started throwing up because it was coconut. I hate coconut.
So that's probably your worst, because it was such a drastic. It was such a drastic letdown. You know,
it was, and
it was such a
third grade. Whoever that was, I'm coming for you.
Hey, maybe show yourself if you're not afraid.
Put yourself in the comments. I remember my third grade class. I actually was in 2 schools in third grade, so I got to think of which one it was. It had to have been Daniel Street. Third grade, Daniel Street. If you were in my class, show yourself. Man up. All these years later. And we're fighting.
I actually just tweeted this recently, but it's the first thing that's like coming to my mind.
I got a worse drink too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Is that like I can't eat chocolate syrup anymore, because when I was in kindergarten, I had strep throat, and I had to take this medicine that was so gross, and so I would take it with chocolate syrup at the same time.
Interesting.
So like it would taste better.
Oh,
but now, every time I have chocolate syrup, I taste that medicine. Every time. I've tried recently, and it still happens. So I think that's kind of my, like, obviously, I know chocolate syrup is supposed to taste delicious. It's chocolate syrup. And I
want to lose.
I know. And that's what I think is my worst experience with like a food type thing. I can't think of like, I've gotten like hairs in my meals, of course, 1 or 2 times. That's always not fun. Those are pretty bad memories of a meal. Drink wise, I don't know.
The worst drink I had was because of Mark and his fiance, who are in the other room. I know Jess was watching before. I don't know if she's still watching, but it was lemon juice. And
straight lemon juice?
Yeah, straight lemon juice. The stuff you're supposed to cook with. I told them they went out and to get like snacks and stuff, and I said yeah, like surprise me with a drink. Never again, never again. Luckily, they also bought me a real drink besides just the lemon juice. But yeah, is this reverse pistachio? That's it. In reference to.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I hate it. Freaking.
I probably drank like a pretty gross like concoction one time. Like I don't know about you, but yeah, like restaurant shenanigans and stuff, and like putting weird stuff together and salt and ketchup and Sprite and like getting real.
I think we got to go on to the next question.
All right, next question. We got
the next question
on Facebook or
no sir. I was going to go to the one that we got on Instagram, which was besides Rachel, because obviously we fancy Rachel. We love Rachel. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Besides Rachel, who is our favorite Friends characters? I think that's a good question.
I like that. I like that a lot. We definitely have touched on Friends a little bit, but we haven't really done a super deep dive episode into Friends. Besides, I think the Jennifer Aniston Making Movies is probably the deepest dive we've taken. We've definitely mentioned what?
I want to up the ante here.
Oh, geez.
On this question, I want to say who's our favorite non-main character. So of the Friends.
All right.
I mean, maybe we could do both. We could pick, who our favorite, not Rachel character is, and then another character.
Yeah, sure.
I think I know both. But go ahead.
Both. I don't know. The supporting character could go a few different ways for me, to be honest. But
I'm pretty actually solid on my supporting character.
Yeah. I mean, for my main character, it's probably Chandler. I feel like he's the funniest to me personally, and I feel like I relate with him. Obviously Ross is a bit of the dork. I don't know, and then Joey's obviously the ladies' man. I feel like I kind of fall in the middle, funny guy Chandler Bing. So that's kind of how I feel there.
So my main would be Joey. I think he's just too funny, and I think he's just so goofy.
Yeah. Also, he loves the food and the sandwiches. Nisto eats Foodie Friday.
Come on. So Joey and Chandler.
Hey, where's our Ross, huh? Anyway,
no love for Ross. The guy's a clown. Sorry.
No, he is. He is.
He is. Supporting character though.
Yeah, you said you got yours back. Where is it? I still want to think.
100% Janice.
Wow. Yeah.
You're a girl.
That's my girl. But I don't want her to be my girl. I can't.
No.
Oh, dude,
I absolutely love her. She's so funny.
No, she's hilarious.
Her voice, her laugh. I love her.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. I think the one that my mind went to right away, and I think I'm gonna stick with, is actually connected to Rachel, is Gunter from the coffee shop. Like her creep boss who thinks she's like very attractive and is like always trying to talk to her and stuff like that.
But you didn't say Paolo.
No. Yeah. Not a big fan of Paolo. Not a big fan of Paolo.
Guy's imbecile. Don't like him. Ross. I would pick Ross over Paolo.
Big time.
Guy's an ignoramus, if you will.
Yeah.
Also, I mean Marcel. Of course, I love Marcel.
Oh yeah, that's actually who I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah,
not Janice. I didn't think of Janice actually.
The other one that I was thinking about was I'm forgetting his name. I don't know if he definitely had a name. The guy downstairs.
Right, Mr. Heckles.
That's it, Mr. Heckles. Yes, he was another one that I thought of.
I use him, but I think because he died, like they kill him off. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. That's pretty early on.
Yeah, pretty early on. So I felt like I didn't want to. Wasn't sure. I feel like Instagram kind of like beautifies I don't even know if it's like the I'm sorry, I'm going off tangent here, but like not even just like the camera quality is better. I just feel like it's a little like slightly filtered. Maybe it's just I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I mean, the Zoom cam sucks. I don't know. You get what you get. You don't get upset. Am I right?
Yes.
Excuse me. What else do we got?
Oh, what else do we got here? So I like this question that we got from in the DMs. Is all-time favorite video game. And that's something that I feel like it needs to be broken down. I feel like it might need to be broken down into genres.
Yeah. Because, like, you do favorite sports game,
Right.
like RPG, your favorite shooter, your favorite
And the thing,
classic game. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot. Even if you just go by, like, system.
Yeah. Ooh, system could be good. I don't know. My kind of thoughts behind it, though, are that, like, I realized kind of recently that I really only played a majority of, like, sports games. I really did not. It was, like, sports, and then obviously I did a good amount of, like, Mario games as well. But that was it was primarily sports.
I thought so, and same for me, except for like recently getting into expanding my horizons, if you will. Horizon is actually a name of a game that I recently just started getting into. A little bit of an RPG, open world kind of thing. Excuse me, on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's on any other platform, probably, but that's a pretty good game. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of all time, but I just happen to say it. So I thought.
Yeah.
My favorite, I think, so my favorite sports game. Oh, I changed mine. Yep, and Dad just said it. He said it in the Facebook comments. Backyard baseball.
I knew he was going to say.
Yep, backyard baseball. So I was gonna say a different baseball game actually. MVP Baseball 2004, I think. The one with Manny Ramirez.
That's 5.
That's 2005. That game was just so before its time. And I'm pretty sure that MLB The Show 21 is going back into like the more creative aspect that that game had, where you can like create your own ballpark, team, and stuff. Like last year's show, you were able to create a team, but not a field. But in MVP Baseball 2005, there it is. He pulls it out. Nice. That game was just so before its time. Creating a ballpark, I thought was just insane because I love that stuff. When you can create your own team and your own field, like arena and stuff like that, that is so sick. But yeah, the backyard sports games on the computer, especially the baseball, was so good. There it is. That one's which one? 2003 with A-Rod or 4?
5. Also 2005.
2005 was a good year for the computer games and just games in general.
Yeah. Those are definitely up there. Also, I'll give a shout out to Dad, of course, for NBA Jam. I know he didn't say that.
Of course.
I think, though, this is, okay, maybe it's not my favorite, but it's kind of like a deep cut, like one that I like a lot. Madden 12. I mentioned this on our what was that? The big game. On the big game episode, on the big bowl episode, I brought it up that Madden 12 was my prime Madden time. And I got really into it and I played it a ton. Peyton Hillis was on the cover, which was so weird.
Oh my God.
Because he flared out after that. Pretty much he had 1 or 2 good seasons and that was it. So it's so weird because even that year I remember it so clearly. And this is why I wanted to bring it up in a game that I really enjoyed was that there was a bracket to decide who was on the cover. And he upset so many people. No one thought Peyton Hillis was going to be on the cover, and then he was. Yeah. But I played that game so much.
No, that's a good shout. That's a good one. Other than the backyard sports games, I mean, I really like Overwatch right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm glad you can hear us now, Raven. Um, I really like Overwatch right now. It's definitely one of those games that like can really just get
Rub
on
you
my
the wrong
nerves.
way.
Yeah, and pretty quickly too, I might add. Um, but yeah, I love me some Overwatch and Hearthstone, of course. If you guys haven't seen me stream it a couple of times, I've done that. So
Yeah, let's go, Matt.
Overwatch is my number one. Matt, I'm going to ask you a question. The roles are reversed here. Who's your favorite Overwatch hero?
Uh-oh. We
Yeah,
got
Matt.
we
Let's
got
go
an
you.
A and Q going on here.
Yeah,
Flip,
well,
flip
let me
the
see.
roles.
I'll do
We're
role
giving the
reversal.
answers and we're providing the questions.
Um, yeah, we got a lot of good questions in the DMs, actually. Full DMs. I'm gonna read one off. I like this one a lot,
Okay.
and I think this is a big big topic. And I was actually talking about this, not this question, but the topic itself, with Mark recently. Is wrestling. So if you don't like wrestling, sorry, but this question is about wrestling. Your favorite wrestler and why? Um, and I think what I was telling Mark about wrestling specifically, it's just so fascinating because there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
Wrestling is so subjective. It's like, for example, you liked Finn Balor, like NXT Finn Balor, the first Finn Balor that was there.
Yep.
I could not stand him.
Yeah.
I wasn't right. Neither were you. Neither were fans of him. So it's like there's no right or wrong answer, and I think that's just so cool that you can just have so many opinions on different wrestlers, different styles of wrestling, and you're not wrong, you know, which I think is cool.
Yes.
Matt said, I think, excuse me, I think I'm the best at Zarya. Ooh, but I love playing Reinhardt because of his ultimate. His ultimate is so frustrating, either when you use it or when you're against it, because you can be like on the other side of the map in the air and through a wall, and Reinhardt's ultimate will hit you. It's just insane. And then the opposite, when you use it, the guy could be this close and it doesn't hit him. So it's just like, it's so weird. But it seems like you'd like to be a tank in Overwatch. Not Nolan. It's not Nolan's own. But favorite wrestler and why?
Yeah, no, that's tough. I mean,
Especially,
especially we talked about this. We talked about this before on like we've planned to do some kind of like ranking of how we do either Mount Rushmore or a Hall of Fame or something like that of wrestlers, and we always it's tough. It's so tough because there's so many, and we definitely thought about it, and will definitely come out in the future. But I think we're gonna probably break it down into eras at that point. I mean, I feel like I just want to even throw out honorable mentions right off the top before just kind of thinking through some of the names that I like. It's hard because like, do you want to go classic? Do you want to go someone kind of more current? As
like a excuse me, like an all time and current, maybe
maybe we could do that.
could do that. Just like real for like right now and real quick.
Yeah, and yeah, I think we'll do that. And I do want to say, so I'm gonna. This is not my all-time pick, but honorable mention. I was named after Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I got it. He's obviously one of my 100%. But my all-time pick is going to be Kurt Angle. Kurt
Good,
Angle.
good shot.
There's so much that goes into Kurt Angle because obviously there's the beginning of his career. He rose to stardom super quick with the amateur background thing, and then he got all silly. He was doing a lot of he did the hair. Yeah, and he was still doing real well for himself. Obviously, the long rivalries Edge in like 2001, 2002, that was great. And then again, like kind of going back to the top at like that primetime SmackDown era with Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit and all those people, and just absolutely crazy. And just the quality of matches that he put on is just absolutely incredible. And I like that diversity in his character. He, Obviously, the feud with Eddie Guerrero. Also, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. I recently just watched actually his WrestleMania 21 match for Shawn Michaels. That again, something kind of fresh in my mind that just absolutely insane. And then he came back. Obviously, he had his TNA run too. You know, if you're into
really
that.
reinvented. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think, or TNA, I guess at that time.
Yeah. So I'm going Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is a really good shout. And you mentioned someone who I thought was, I think he's going to be my favorite all time. It's tough. I think I have to. I have to say Edge for my favorite all time, because just like he was one of the like that's like the era that like both of us really grew up on.
Yeah.
And just watching him debut as a tag team guy and just like do all the stuff with Christian, which was so great. He also could do like the silly stuff, obviously, with Edge and Christian show, and then like just became like when he became a singles wrestler, absolute tear as a heel. Like the rated R superstar stuff was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just you hate it.
Yeah.
But you hated that you also loved him because of his previous things that he did and his longevity of his career. Then he came back, I think it was 2009 when he returned in the Rumble and won.
Yep.
And like he like returned as a heel, but he came back with like this huge ovation because he was missed so long. And like I freaking cried. Then he was out for 9 years or more. Came back, yeah, maybe, and then came back this Rumble or last Rumble, not this one, not the one that just passed, last year's Rumble. Won, crying. But he didn't win, but crying.
Right.
My favorite Edge.
And actually, I do want to add something in there. When he went out on his own, it was, it wasn't like immediate stardom when he obviously middle round kind of in the mid card with a lot of IC title run, not a lot, but like some IC title runs and stuff like that. And then he really found himself. And I think that's something really cool about it too. And I also wanted to add 6-year-old me, I don't think hated him and loved him at the same time. I think I just hated him at that time when I was young. But like obviously now when I can appreciate how good that actually is, but I really did hate him a lot.
And I think the money invented.
Oh yeah,
he's the reason I think the Money in the Bank got to be where it is.
Like yeah, it definitely couldn't have rose to the same levels if like they picked someone else.
Dad has said 2 comments. One is a question that I would definitely want to get to, but he said, "Thank goodness you didn't say Mick Foley."
Of course he commented that.
Current is easy for me, even though I don't like what he's doing, but it's always going to be Cesaro for me. If I had to pick someone that's not Cesaro, I mean, to explain why, because the question is very wrestling. He's just great. Let's be real. When he is given the time, his matches are so good, and he's so good in the ring. He's gotten so much better on the mic. He's still obviously not up there with like a CM Punk or an Edge or anybody like that. But like, if you watch some of his older promos, it's just like, gosh, maybe don't give him a mic. But he just cut a promo that was on like Talking Smack or so whenever those after shows, and was like shooting, and I was like, oh my goodness, Claudio, yes, so much passion, and like he's never gotten the proper push that he deserves, and he's still there. Works his tail off because he loves it. He loves what he does. If I had to not pick him, probably Kenny Omega. I'm going out of WWE. Gotta be Kenny Omega, especially with the stuff he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Like the finish to Revolution if you guys are wrestling fans, you definitely have seen it by now. The way that they fixed that on, like, I have to give props to everybody involved after the fact. To put that together was garbage, obviously, but for Kenny Omega, Don Callis, Tony Khan, I'm sure had some input. Whoever made this story to how they covered it up, that botch, I think they did it tremendously.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
I'm going to answer quick, just because we do have about 13 minutes left in the live. We want to address at least one more question, then still get to the post of the week and some jokes. So my quick answer is going to be, it's very similar to Cesaro, actually, in my opinion. And actually, on the poster with Cesaro that just got Mike, I'm going Sami Zayn. Current, I know obviously he's in the past, I don't know, like year and a half, like similar to what you said, like I don't love what he's doing right now. The whole
documentary stuff.
Yeah, but like
it's silly.
I think like it's kind of more of like a going back pick. Like I remember when Sami Zayn like really first burst on the scene in NXT, and obviously like all of those matches with Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd and all those, and obviously Cesaro. I remember going back and watching a bunch of his ROH stuff, and just, I mean, he's just someone who I think, like, if, again, given the opportunity, like, why not have, Cesaro and Sami Zayn be your main event? Like, that shouldn't be, a second match on the card, But I don't want to go, again, too deep into that. What's the, we'll say the last question. Is that all right?
Yeah, last question is favorite superhero. I think this one goes more to you, so much, because you're more into the DC and Marvel more than me. I fancy my villains, I gotta say it. So I don't know if I could say it's superhero. Like, I have a favorite super villain.
Yeah.
But
I think
favorite superhero.
Yeah, I think, I mean, right now, obviously, like with the Marvel movies, obviously being a little bit like, they're put out more. They have a lot of more characters that they're developing and stuff like that. I've really related to some of those. Like I've talked about, I really like the Doctor Strange movie. The Ant-Man movie is really cool. Like there hasn't been a ton of like DC like minor characters, kind of more like that. It's been like a lot of different Batman spin-offs, and obviously some Superman movies and stuff like that. I just wanted to touch on that. So like that's kind of why I think Doctor Strange is mine right now. Like I feel like I also want to say I'm really excited for Doctor Strange 2. I know that's coming up pretty soon. And just like his powers are so cool to me, like all like becoming like a super cool sorcerer is just something that's very cool to me. And if you haven't seen the movie, the way that he like defeats like the villain in the first movie is absolute gold. Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say like being basic. But I also have to say I've never seen the Iron Man movies, but it wouldn't be fair for me to say that I don't like Iron Man because I had to dress up as Iron Man.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair. At least a little bit. Obviously, really like my villains. Joker.
Yes, which we definitely covered.
A few times. Joker, Harley, of course. Listen, I don't know if this counts. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not a Marvel or DC. It's Star Wars. I'm going Yoda.
Oh, wow.
Did Yoda count? He's a superhero, kinda.
Sure.
Jedi Master.
Why not?
I'm a superhero. Honestly, because if I had to pick like Marvel or DC, or Hulk, because I like green.
Yeah, go Hulk. All right. Well, thank you guys for all the questions. This is very fun. I think I would definitely love
Works.
Q&A.
That says villain works. So Joker.
Big episode 50, and here we go. with the post of the week. I'm sharing it. The Instagram people will not be able to see it. We'll only share on Facebook. Just letting you guys know. So there it is. Mike, you want to read it for us? And I'll flip my camera, actually, on the Instagram.
It actually went black on my Streamlabs, so I don't know if Facebook's actually seeing it. So there's that. But anyway, it was just either way. If there's some technical difficulties right now on the Facebook, sorry. Just go and check out the link and see it. But what did I do?
Oh,
what did I do here? Sure. But anyway, it was a tweet from Steve-O, famous Steve-O from Jackass. I'll read the picture and then I'll read the caption and then I can explain the pictures. So grateful to, so grateful to be celebrating 13 years of sobriety today, and this was on March 11th. Thanks to everyone who helped me get there. In 2006, it's a side-by-side picture that Steve-O puts up. One from 2006, and he mimics the same picture in his 2021. And the picture in 2006, his shaved head, he looks like this. He's got a cigarette in his hand. There's like pills and drugs just like all over the place. And I really praise him for this in his 2021 here picture. And also just praising his 13 years of sobriety is absolutely exquisite. It's amazing. In his 2021 picture, he's making fun of himself pretty much in that. And he's doing the same face like this. Yep. And he's got like a nice haircut, nice little comb over. He's got like a carrot in his fingers and like broccoli all over the table with like a
carrot.
Like a little green veggie juice instead of, it looks like probably some form of alcohol, if I had to guess, in the 2006 one.
Yeah.
So he's got fruits and veggies all over the place. And, he looks good,
the
transformation that he's gone through.
It's absolutely awesome to see that.
Really praise him for that.
Yep. So if you weren't able to see it for whatever reason when this is posted, either today, later tonight, or tomorrow, there will be a link to the post of the week, and you can check it out for yourself if you would like to. All right. Stopping the share screen. So we're hopping back to the main thing. We're going to wrap it up. I do want to say quick few things before we get into the jokes. Again, we said this at the top, but 50 episodes. Absolutely crazy. Thank you guys for all of the support throughout all of this. And definitely going to keep on keeping on. And, of course, thank you to our sponsor, Cheesley's. Mike, you know about them?
Yeah, I've heard about that, Cheesley's. I actually freaking miss Cheesley's a whole lot. And I wish that I was back on Long Island because, I don't know if you know this, but if you have the Cheesley's and you spend $25 or more, you can use the promo code MrBros at checkout for $5.
I wait for you to say it, and then I will do it. $5 code MrBros. Use it.
Use it. You dig? You dig. And also, we also plug the merch. Misto ships for free shipping on your orders when you get our merch. You dig?
Yeah.
So do that. Sticking with the Q&A here, I have to ask you, what are your thoughts on Orion's belt? Like the constellation?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's still holding up his pants. That's all I'm just going to say.
Orion's belt is really a waste of space.
Oh. Come on.
You gotta love the play on words.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Waste of space?
It's in space. It's a waste. So I'll kick a question back to you then, huh?
Oh, okay.
Last question really here, I believe, is, why did the nurse need a red pen at work? The nurse, she's at work. She needs a red pen. Why is that?
Because red is red.
It could be in case she needed to draw blood. She needs to draw blood.
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
Draw blood. Yeah, no, I get it. Like you draw. Why does she need a red pen? Unbelievable.
Yeah. So there you go. I hope you guys found those jokes pretty funny.
Pretty fun.
I know we did.
Probably not. But thank you guys for coming on the live either on Instagram or on Facebook. Sorry for technical difficulties on Facebook if there was difficulties with the share screen. Not really sure. Sorry if there was. Also Instagram. Sorry you didn't get to see it, but I read it. Go check it out. It's in the description when this gets posted. So do it.
Yes.
Next week, episode 51.
51.
51. We're doing a dinner date. We're doing breakfast, lunch, or dinner date. You dig?
With a person of interest.
Yes.
That's determined. We will post in the middle sometime during the week, beginning of the middle of the end, something like that. And you guys will know who the dinner date is with, or maybe it will be a breakfast date. You have to wait to see the episode.
Gotta find out. We gotta come back. Set your reminders.
Yep. Don't forget to like and share and do all the things to help the podcast grow.
Yeah, do it.
That's all I got. What about you? You got anything else?
I don't think I do.
Okay, well, we got 1 minute left, so I'm going to wrap it here.
I
Peace.
or late podcast. So I'm sorry.
Peace, love, sip,
Watch your mouth and eat. Listen.
I bet I don't know if you can hear it if I put the mic back all the way back here.
It's a little trippy.
Yeah.
Way
Okay.
too out the jokes.
Goodbye.
Peace.
What do you say?
That said, wait.